Cotton Eye Joe is a traditional American country folk song popular at various times throughout the United States and Canada, although today it is most commonly associated with the American South. In the Roud Index of Folk Songs it is number 942. Cotton Eye Joe has inspired both a partner dance and more than one line dance that is often danced at country dance venues in the U.S. and around the world. The 1980 film, Urban Cowboy, sparked a renewed interest in the dance. In 1985, the Moody Brothers version of the song received a Grammy Award-nomination for Best Country Instrumental Performance. Irish group The Chieftains received a Grammy nomination for Best Country Vocal Collaboration for their version of the song with lead vocals by Ricky Skaggs, on their 1992 album, Another Country. In 1994, a version of the song recorded by the Swedish band, Rednex, as Cotton Eye Joe became popular worldwide. History: the origins of this song are unclear, although it predates the 1861–1865 American Civil War. American folklorist Dorothy Scarborough noted in her 1925 book On the Trail of Negro Folk Songs, that several people remember hearing the song before the war, and her sister, Mrs. George Scarborough, learned the song from a man who had known the song during his earliest childhood from slaves singing it on plantations in Louisiana. Both the dance and the song had as many variants as the old folk song that it is. American publishing house Harper & Brothers published a version in 1882, heard by author Louise Clark Pinnell on the Alabama plantation of her father when she was a child, that was later republished in 1910. By 1884, the same year Mark Twain's Adventures of Huckleberry Finn was published, the fiddle-based song was referred to as an old, familiar air. In 1925, another version was recorded by folklorist Dorothy Scarborough and published. Scarborough noted that the song seemed to be well known in the South prior to the Civil War, and parts of it had been sent in by various persons. Over the years, many different versions of the song have been performed and/or recorded with many different versions of the lyrics. Cotton Eye Joe, on occasion referred to as the South Texas National Anthem, was played for minstrel-type jigs, and it has long been popular as a square dance hoedown and a couple dance polka. A resident of Central Texas who learned the dance in Williamson County in the early 1880s described it as nothing but a heel and toe polka with fringes added. These fringes added to the heel and toe polka were clog steps which required skill and extroversion on the part of the dancer. During the first half of the 20th century the song was a widely known folk song all over English-speaking North America. One discography lists 134 recorded versions released since 1950. In more recent decades, the song has waned in popularity in most regions except some parts of the American South where it is still a popular folk song. A list of the possible meanings of the term cotton-eyed that have been proposed includes, to be drunk on moonshine, or to have been blinded by drinking wood alcohol, turning the eyes milky white. A black person with very light blue eyes. Someone whose eyes were milky white from bacterial infections of trachoma or syphilis, cataracts or glaucoma. The contrast of dark skin tone around white eyeballs in black people. And possibly pterygium, a reddish-white corneal overgrowth associated with chronic sun exposure. Bob Wills and Adolf Hoffner and his San Antonians both recorded the song, and Hoffner's version, issued in 1941, apparently being the one that did the most to popularize the song. A 1967 instrumental version of the song by Al Dean, who recorded the song called The Gingerbread Man in South Texas, inspired a new round dance polka for couples. This dance was adapted into a simplified version as a non-partner waist hold, spoke line routine. Heel and toe polka steps were replaced with a cross lift followed by a kick with two steps. The lift and kick are sometimes accompanied by shouts of whoops, whoops, or the barnyard term bullshit, mimicking the act of kicking off barnyard muck. The practice continues to this day. The Kikina Euro-squared album included Cotton Eye Joe by Dean. One version of a dance called Cotton Eye Joe can be found in the 1975 edition of Encyclopedia of Social Dance. This version has the men on the inside of a circle facing out, and the women on the outside facing in. The dance consists of 8 kick steps, side, close left together, and a series of struts. The spoke-line version gained popularity not only in Texas, but across the U.S. and overseas in the 1980s. Ray Benson of the Western swing band Asleep at the Wheel talks about playing the Bob Wills version of Cotton Eye Joe in Texas in the 1970s when the dance was very much alive. A Western craze followed the 1980 release of Urban Cowboy. Cotton Eye Joe, and its continued popularity in Texas, was referred to in the lyrics to Alabama's song If You're Gonna Play in Texas. I remember down in Houston we were put in on a show when a cowboy in the back stood up and yelled, "Cotton Eye Joe." In Merle Haggard's Texas Fiddle song, the final verse makes reference to the Cotton Eye Joe, and features the melody of both the Bob Wills and Al Dean versions. The song has become a staple song played at many professional and college baseball games during the seventh-inning stretch, with the preference going to the Rednex version. Select list of recorded versions: 1928, Nancy Rowland with the Carter Brothers and Son; 1941, Burl Ives on the album, The Wayfaring Stranger; 1959, Nina Simone on the album, Nina Simone at Town Hall; 1962, Karen Dalton in the album, Cotton Eye Joe; 1967, Al Dean and the All-Stars; 1968, Terry Callier on the album, The New Folk Sound of Terry Callier; 1976, Leona Williams on the album, San Quentin's First Lady; 1976, The Country Roland Band; 1980, Isaac Payton's Sweat. 1985, Asleep at the Wheel on their self-titled album, Asleep at the Wheel; 1985, The Moody Brothers on their self-album, The Moody Brothers, Grammy-nominated; 1992, The Chieftains with Ricky Skaggs on the album, Another Country, Grammy-nominated; 1993, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys on the album, Off the Record, Bob Wills; 1994, Black Lace, released under the song title, Bullshit; 1994, Rednex; 2003, Vanessa Mae on the album, The Ultimate Vanessa Mae; 2010, Josh Rouse on the album, El Churista. 2010, Hot Club of Cowtown; 2011, Bass and Infinity released an a cappella parody version, Rednex version; in August 1994, Swedish recording group Rednex covered the song as Cotton Eye Joe for their album Sex and Violins, combining their style with traditional American instruments, such as banjos, and fiddles. In 2002, Cotton Eye Joe was remixed in a dance version, and was released from Rednex's greatest hits album, The Best of the West. Chart performances: the Rednex version of the song, along with a dance mix version, was very successful in Europe, where it remained at number 1 in Norway for 15 weeks, Switzerland for 13 weeks, Germany for 10 weeks, Sweden for 8 weeks, Austria for 7 weeks, and also peaked at number 1 on the UK singles chart. In Oceania, it topped the New Zealand singles chart for 6 consecutive weeks. In Australia it peaked at number 8 in April 1995. In the US, it peaked at number 25 in March 1995. Critical reception: Blender magazine ranked the song at number 38 on the list of the 50 worst songs ever. Matthew Wilkening of AOL Radio listed the song at number 86 on the list of the 100 worst songs ever, calling it the worst song the New York Yankees could have picked for their seventh-inning stretch music. No wonder they're nicknamed the Evil Empire. Track listings: CD, Cotton Eye Joe Euro 314, Cotton Eye Joe Euro 446, Cotton Eye Joe Euro 446, Cotton Eye Joe Euro 620, Cotton Eye Joe Euro 308, CD, 2002 version, Cotton Eye Joe 2002 333, Cotton Eye Joe 2002 732, Cotton Eye Joe 2002 745, Ride the Hurricanes I 302, Cotton Eye Joe 2002 556, Charts and Sales, Chart Successions, Contemporary Cotton Eye Joe versions, in November 2010, the Moody Brothers version of Cotton Eye Joe was used in an opening Redneck wedding dream sequence scene on One Tree Hill. Cotton Eye Joe was featured in New Girl. References. External links: Cotton Eye Joe in the Mudcat Cafe's Digital Tradition Folk Music Database, Grateful Dead Family discography of recordings of Cotton Eye Joe, samples from the Skillet Lickers and Red NEX versions, full lyrics of this song at Metro Lyrics.